What's up, guys? Tevin here, back again with another episode of Let's Play Crash Bandicoot 1 for the Sane Trilogy. This time we're going to face off against Koala Kong as Crash since Coco can't do it. And here's another one of Cortex commandos that he made in order to conquer the world. This is the Koala one that we saw. Of course, he doesn't fit inside that crate now, but correction that I want to make to what I was saying towards the middle part of the last video. The reason why the experiment did not work, or the reason why Embryo was against sending the animals into, at the time I said it was called the Evolve Array. That's not true. They get hit by the Evolve Array first in order to get humanoid characteristics that make them anthropomorphic. Otherwise, they're just like regular animals. What Crash went through that did not work for him is the Cortex Vortex. That is what Embryo was against him going through, because it hasn't worked so far in any of the other ones, and it wasn't working now. So that's why he didn't want to go through. Anyway, Koala Kong, as you can see, you have to wait for him to throw these big boulders for us to send them back at him while avoiding the smaller ones he throws. Once the big ones land, we have to spin into it, but we want to take our time spinning into it, because if you spin into it right away when there's a mine cart right in front of him, the cart will basically be a shield and block him from taking that damage. So wait till it passes while he's flexing, and then spin into it so it'll hurt him. Otherwise, do it too early, it'll hit the crate or a mine cart, and then he won't take any damage at all. And of course, while this is going through, there are bunches of TNT crates falling down that we'll have to avoid at the last minute before they explode. And sometimes that gets a little difficult, especially towards like this midway point where multiple ones start coming down. And thankfully, you don't have to worry about them exploding next to another one and causing those ones to explode prematurely. You just have the base, they'll fine. They'll blow up on an individual basis, then not all together in a chain. So you don't have to worry about that. Just keep an eye on the counter when it is going down, and proceed to move over to safety when it's not there. So thankfully this one exploded, get to safety, wait for that cart to pass, and then hit him. And then that's the end for Koala Kong, who could probably tear us apart if he wasn't throwing rocks at us. But thankfully, Crash is able to use various things of his environment to just defeat the most unlikely opponents that you would think he would die at. But anyway, let's move on to Heavy Machinery, and we'll switch back over to Coco since Crash took center stage throughout most of the last video. In fact, he still takes center stage in this one when it comes to the boss fights. So, Heavy Machinery, this is definitely one of my more favorite levels to do, especially with Coco, considering she's the more tech-savvy of the two. Avoid touching the red pipes because they're extremely hot, and as you can see before, you can touch the blue ones and be fine. The first time I did this, I was very confused on that, and I just wanted to avoid all the pipes and thinking like both red and blue are bad, but no, blue good, red bad. They're chill to touch, so we won't die. And thankfully, that enemy, when we got like hit by it, it did push me a little further upwards, so I was safe from falling to the bottomless pit. But otherwise, I would have died right there and then if I didn't have Aku to shield me from that. So I appreciate you, Aku. You saved me yet again. I need to make sure I break these bouncing crates too after I get everything that's up top. There's nothing else up there, so we get rid of it. So the orbs that have spikes along the side, you can't destroy those ones, but the little orbs that just have the eyeball floating up and down, you can spin those ones away. While these ones, you have to jump on them to get rid of them. I don't know if spinning will work on them, but you can try. I was so tempted to go for that life, it's like, nah, I don't really want to, like, tempt it in case I die. And then otherwise, then it's just a waste of a life. Basically, I just broke even at that point. I got a new life, and then I lost one. So, not the biggest thing in the world. These ones, like, hovering up and down, like, unsteadily. As soon as you jump on them, they will start to fall. So, quickly get off them before, you know, they fall, and you fall to your death. Otherwise, the next obstacle that I have to worry about is these steam vents. Just wait for them to not be blowing steam and then quickly move through them. This one almost got me the first time because the way it's blowing, like, I could barely see where the steam was, so I almost assumed it was a regular platform, and I was about to go straight onto it after I avoided the fire pipe. It's like, oh wait, there goes the steam. I want to wait. And of course, as always, these bouncy crates takes 5 in order for them to break, so keep that in mind before you proceed on to the next one. This one I need to get rid of first and kind of build like another path leading down. That way, when I do get up there, I can move to the next one safely. Because otherwise, you kind of want to keep in track or keep in mind your pathway moving forward, so you don't break any unnecessary crates that you didn't need to break right there and then. So your pathway is still secure, so you can get to the end. And this whole one got us a whole extra life too, because of how many Wumpa fruit we got towards breaking all these. This is another one of the easy ones to like get the clear gem for, because I don't believe this one has a colored gem path. There's another level similar to this one that does, but that one doesn't really get you all the boxes. You can get all the boxes without doing that one. This one, that other path, it literally just helps you skip the whole level entirely. And this one over here lets you skip Aqueducts, which I so desperately want because I feel unsafe when I don't have him by my side, because I don't like getting hit. And I feel like if we do go up there, we will get something bad. I'm not 100% sure, but I didn't want to test it because I just got this mask and I want to keep it with me. So I think that might lead to either more fruit or maybe some other crates. I'm not sure. I don't think I'm missing crates in this one. At least not off the top of my head that I can think of, like, rewatching. But we'll see at the end. We'll see at the end. I'm pretty sure I got a gem here. Of course, you have to navigate through these pipes too while we're jumping. If you see a blue one, just take the time to jump on it and get your bearings so that when you do go to the other one, you'll be fine. And there's nothing else for me over here, so I just want to quickly go down to this bottom one over here so I can move on to the rest of the level. And was it around here where there's going to be yeah, there is. I'm going to use these ones to get higher up now. And depending on which pathway you take, it's not like it blocks you out, but you kind of want to like navigate through it without like holding down the X button so you can see where you're going. Because like there is over there is a path that leads to an extra life, and I do want that. So I will gladly take a little detour to get to it. And then just make my way back up here and keep an eye on another one, because there is another path over here that will get you extra lives. It's right over there, but that one's too far back down. But there is a stack of 3 right there that I am willing to get, because it's like right beside each other. And go ahead and stack up those lives, because they are going to really count when I get to the end. Okay, so no, I didn't get all the ones in this level, so this one does have a gem path that you need in order to get to it. A colored gem you need to get to it. And unfortunately, I have to see Coco getting hurt like this. Oh, I'm so sorry, Coco. Don't look at me like that. I said I was sorry. Oh, what is the next level in this one? Is it... Oh, Cortex Power. Wait. Oh no, it's this level. It's, sorry, not this level. It's this episode where I think we're going to go against, Pinstripe. Because... unlike the other ones, Cortex does keep Pinstripe around, and uses him as one of his, what's a good way to say it? Because I don't want to say commando or commanders, but one of his aides to basically look over the Cortex Power Station, which supplies his lab with powers and whatnot, because he left him in charge of this, so. For some, Pinstripe's really like the only one that came out like, I wouldn't want to say extremely well. He's not as physically tough as Koala Kong was, but he is a lot smarter than what Koala Kong was. And unfortunately, I messed up my opportunity to just take advantage of this mess by falling into the bottomless pit of corrosion acid, probably right there. But it's fine. This level, I probably could have easily got all the crates here, because it's just basically going back and forth between the various diverging pathways, but I decided not to because I didn't care about the percentage at the time. And like I keep mentioning, like I'll probably continue to keep mentioning, even if it like makes you guys sick, I'm sorry about that, but I am on a very, very strict timeline right now, so if I'm able to get through something quickly, or if it's a short game that I can do in a set amount of time, I'll go playing those games instead of like lengthy ones, just so I can make sure they get done, so I can like make the videos and bring them out. So yeah, I missed like half, a little less than half of the crates here because I didn't go through the other divergent pathways. Because otherwise, this one's a pretty, I think it's a simple one to get. It's just keeping track in mind of where you are and making sure you time your jumps properly so you can avoid hitting the acid and the enemies that will be rotating around the edges to basically steamroll you. The generator room. Oh my, okay, generator room. This is one of the ones that you can get a colored gem from. I think it's literally the only colored gem I get. And I don't know why, it was just, I was good at this level, and I was able to get all these crates without needing any other special gems in order to open up a pathway for me. And I'm just going to come over here to the side to get through here, because otherwise if you stand too close to that, you're going to die in the explosion. But yeah, I don't know why, just this level just clicked for me, and come and stand where the crate is, because that platform's going to fall. You'll just have to come back to it later when it does come back up. And that's to unlock these other crates over here to make a platform for you, because I'm going to avoid hitting those ones because I want to hit these first. You want to quickly break these as soon as you can and collect the fruit, because this will start to fall. Yeah, it will start to fall, so you don't want to spend too much time on there, otherwise it will die. And then just break the crates that weren't made of metal so you can go ahead and add on to your total. Got a good checkpoint, got an extra luck too, so things are looking pretty well so far. This is probably, now it is, one of my favorite levels to do, especially when I'm playing as Coco. I don't know why. I feel like it's a bit more, I feel a bit more relaxed playing these tech-based levels as Coco, even though they're both exactly the same control-wise. It just feels more aesthetically pleasing if I play these high-tech areas with Coco instead of Crash. And I just wanted to get the Aku Mask before I went to the bonus level. Which was this? Was this just the basic, just hit all the individual boxes and line it up? Yep, this is a very simple one. Oh my god, it is astonishing to see the level of complexity of the bonus levels from the very beginning towards where they are right now. Because right now, they make those levels so complex and whatnot in order for you to break all the boxes compared to how simple these ones were, was just literally just keep your jump up until you get to the very end and that's it. It's amazing to see that, the level of progression that's gone through the planning for this game, I should say. Even though this one came out like back in 2017 for the Sane Trilogy, but those are just remakes. This is following the exact same way how the original game was set up back then, and I could have made that. But I wanted to be safe, otherwise I would have died and missed out on the chance to get the gem. But otherwise, yeah, if you just take your time on this one, it's very simple to get through. It's not nearly as hectic as the other one is with like bombarding you with so many enemies. Although I do dislike when it comes to jumping from a vertical? Yeah, from a vertical standpoint where you're jumping like forward instead of like from left to right. Because sometimes I feel like I'm going to mess up my jump and like over jump it or under jump it and like miss my mark entirely. And that freaks me out sometimes. And doing this too, that's dickish. I hate it when they do that. Have a set of 3 lined up where like the top and bottom are all TNT crates, so you need to jump and wait till you're in the center part to actually hit it, so you can actually hit the box in the middle so you don't blow yourself up. Unless you have a mask, then it's a lot easier to do because, you know, you can just take the hit and feel safer about doing it otherwise. Thankfully, these ones aren't electrocuted when you're going through them, so you can touch them and be fine. Otherwise, I think it'll be a bit more nerve-wracking. But yep, there goes the CEO, Pinstripe, Potaroo. I don't know exactly what kind. I always just assumed he was a weasel. I think it might be a form of a weasel, but Who cares? I got the clear gem, not the clear gem, I got the color gem. That's not a clear gem. And with that clear gem in mind, we are able to, why did I say clear again? It's a colored gem. We are able to go back to like the first Wumpa Island, and that will unlock the pathway so we can get another one. This is another good level that I almost got the gem in, but I died literally towards the very end because these particular enemies, these Donkey Kong-like enemies, they throw these barrels that you have to jump over, and these ones, they're fine to dodge. It's later on, towards like the ending part of this level, you'll start to throw crates, or barrels, I should say, that start bouncing. And for the most part, you can tell where they're going to like be. It's just that when you're going like from this perspective, like back to front, it gets a little bit tough for me to judge the perspective of where I need to stand in order to avoid getting hit by those barrels. Because otherwise, these ones are simple. You just move and jump. I just hit the microphone. You just move and jump, and you'll be fine. But then they make it a little bit more tricky by putting like little gaps in the platform, so you have to jump on these platforms in order to get to it. But depending on where they are, it's the platforms you need to jump to. Those are where the bouncing crates or bouncing barrels are going to land, and that's what irritates me, is because they're going to do that. So it's just finding the right time, like beforehand, to start your jumping so you avoid that. And I wasn't the best at deciding that draw distance of where I need to be in order to avoid that. And yep, here we go. It's not here, but it's like later on, close towards the end. I think it's after the bonus stage. So yeah, easy to tell that one's coming over there. But there goes the first mistake. I misjudged my jump, and I slid off the edge and lost my Ocumask, and that was disappointing because I was holding on to him. I held on to him for the entire last stage, and coming to here, I messed up and lost him entirely. And even though as soon as I died, I already knew my chance of getting the gem was already gone, but even so, I still wanted to see like exactly what I need to do in order to get all of the crates. And for the most part, it wasn't anything special. It's just breaking all of them. No special pathways needed. No hidden gems you need to have. Just clear the stage, start to finish without dying, which I almost did. So it was disappointing when I got to that part and like I died. But hopefully, like my mindset after I die is like, maybe if I collect enough fruit, I'll be able to get my life back. But I messed up. Though, probably another thing I should have kept in mind too, as soon as like he throws the other two barrels that roll, before he gets the bouncing one, just kill him before he throws it. That might have helped me a lot more considerably, and yeah, that's another section where I started learning the pattern, but without the Ocumask to like have that extra sense of security, it makes me a bit more timid with my jumping. And makes me like not want to go all the way when I should. This one, as soon as you set off the one TNT crate, it's going to create a chain that will destroy the other one. So as soon as you like land on a TNT crate, just forget the other boxes, just head straight towards the end. Otherwise, you'll get caught up in the chain blast and end up dying. So here, we're literally almost at the end of the level, and there it goes. If I had done better with judging the timing, you guys didn't see it here, but you'll see it when I upload like the original footage to tell like what I meant by how much I died trying to get that, because I messed up the timing. Because yeah, I want this playthrough to be like as painless as possible for you guys so you can just see it, but I do cut out all the unnecessary deaths that were plentiful. Like with Pinstripe, Potaroo here. And so he's pretty much a mobster. He attacks us by using a Tommy gun, and Crash, he's smart. He's like, I'm not gonna fight against this guy like straight off the bat. I'm just gonna wait, and we just want to spin into him while he is not shooting and while we're behind cover. So while he's reloading, that's when you want to go up to where he is and spin into him. Which there we go. Yeah, I started getting it to actually do damage to him. And while he is shooting, you want to hide behind these chairs, and you want to be at a certain spot So for this chair over here to the left hand side, just basically to the side of it, behind it. Stay over there too while he's on top. When you're over at the right hand chair though, you want to be closer towards like the center part where the cushion is, so we can start like ducking to get it. So at this point, he's going to start like jamming up his gun, so you want to hit him while he is trying to unjam it. But of course, I get stuck by the chair because when I hit him, it pushed me to the side and I died. So that was unfortunate. But now that we know the pattern, it's going to be a lot easier to do. It's honestly just getting Crash into the proper position so he starts ducking to avoid the gunfire. That's what you're going to have the most trouble with. As soon as you get the little move cues that you need to look out for in order for him to do it, because the very last one's what got me too, because when you get him down to his last hit, then you need to hit him while he's up in the air. So yeah, as soon as I got him for that one, quickly move back over here and don't get stuck over there. And I kind of pushed my luck there. I could have just stayed where I was and been perfectly safe. He would have just kept going back over to this section until I hit him over here. So got him over here, quickly get back into cover position, and as soon as he's done firing, quickly run and jump and spin into him to finish him off. With that is 4 of his main guys already down, and we only have 2 more boss fights left to do. So that is going to be it for today's video, guys. So thank you for watching this episode of Let's Play Crash Bandicoot 1 for the Sane Trilogy, and I will see you guys in the next episode where we take on the rest of the high road as Coco. I think I do Coco. Either way, I'll see you guys next time, so take care, everyone.